Gentleman from Georgia.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is it on? It was. And it is again. Thank y'all for being here. You know, I want to make sure y'all all understand that you're not outliers. Every member of Congress here has constituents who are suffering the same fate as what you're describing here. And that's extremely important for all of us. So thank you, Madam Chair, for having this. This is very valuable. Mr. Hickman, I represent Georgia, and we have a saying in Georgia, there are two Georgias. There's Atlanta and everywhere else, and I represent everywhere else.
Right.
And that includes rural Georgia. Sure. And we've got a lot of rural area in South Georgia that I represent, and we got a lot of crops and a lot of farms, blueberries, peanuts, cotton. Georgia's the #1 forestry state in the country. Yep. And I've had so many foresters call me, and I'm not exaggerating, so many call me and tell me the price of diesel fuel is so high, I'm not going to be able to stay in business.
Right.
It is putting them out of business. Do you use H-2A farm workers?
No, we do not.
You do not?
We have local employees, and then we have some native people that live in Florida who come and
Right.
Run our packing facility for us.
But you know the program, and you know
Yes,
that
sir.
there are adjustments
Very
made
familiar
to the wages you have to pay every year.
Yes, sir.
Georgia, it was significant this year. So not only are they going to be facing what they are already facing with diesel prices, with the price of energy and everything else, but now it's compounded by the fact that they're going to have to go up on their wages for the H-2A workers, which are essential. Those workers are essential to the farm community. So.
They are. More people need H-2A than ever because we don't have people in this country that will do farm work.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. And look, farming's hard. It's tough. It's a tough way to make money, and the margins are slim. I mean, and it only takes one bad year to put you out of business,
Right.
essentially.
That's the problem with these increased costs. It makes the risk so much greater that a lot of operations just can't afford one bad
Right.
year. When
Right.
you're paying double for fertilizer, double for diesel fuel, it's just so much invested.
Well, as you described, what we've witnessed, energy costs are up, supply chains are strained, labor's expensive, and it's hard to hire people. Just not to be political, but has the administration or Congress done anything to address this, to help you?
I think the things they've done have been more detrimental to agriculture than any other administration we've had in recent years. That's my observation.
Do you think that's going to change in the future? Do you see any improvements in the future, in the coming year?
I don't see improvements in the coming year. We don't want to be dependent on foreign countries for our food supply. We're dependent on them now for a lot of our energy supply, but when we can't feed our own people, we're going to be in serious trouble.
And that's across the board. I'm a pharmacist. Our pharmaceutical independence, making sure that we've got energy independence, making sure that we've got food independence. Right. All of that is extremely important, and that's what I don't think that the administration, this current administration, understands. And that's really concerning to me.
Well, that's why I brought up the Roundup issue, just so people realize, China's air was so bad, they wanted to clean it up before the world came to see the Olympics. So they dropped production of this active ingredient in just one of our chemicals. And it's the same way with pharmaceuticals. We don't have a supply of Band-Aids and aspirin in this country without coming from China.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I think we're in serious jeopardy.
So with all these supply chain issues, with all these fuel price issues, what does that mean? And we've already discussed it for the price of food and for the price of lumber and other goods.
Well, it's going to mean continued high prices unless we get energy prices under control and have a stable supply.
Ms. Jackson, what does that mean for people that you're describing?
I mean, it's always going to be devastating. It's always going to be worse for minority communities because we have lower incomes to start with. So there's no way for us to see a way out if we're not getting our affordable energy under control. One of the things we advocate for is that we do an economic impact analysis to see if these environmental policies are causing more harm than the so-called environment the benefits of saving the environment. Because most of the time, the environmental policies are causing the most harm. It's not dirty air, it's poverty, it's lack of financial independence.
Thank you for mentioning that. And just one last thing, Madam Chair. I don't remember who mentioned it, but, you know, Republicans aren't climate deniers. We love our environment. I represent the entire coast of Georgia, an area that I've lived all my life. I love the environment. I want to protect the environment. But we have to have a balance.
Exactly.
And that's what's lacking here is the balance. Thank you, Madam Chair. Now I'll yield back.
Thank you.